Hey, Shalom is Brother Yasha Mazakar from the Israelite Report, IsraeliteReport.com. Upon my watch, all praises are definitely due to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Peace and blessings to all the brothers spread across the four corners of the earth, pushing the truth and sincerity, those that truly believe and want to get the hell up out of here, those that are sighing and crying. I want to get this right quick in 1 Peter 4 and 17. It says, for the time has come that judgment must begin at the house of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. And if it first begin at us, what shall the end be of them that obey not the gospel of Yahweh our power? And if the righteous scarcely be saved, where shall the ungodly and the sinner appear? Because again, our people are not even considering the Lord. Even those that say they do, they're really not considering the Lord. And proof of that was this past election. And not that we needed proof. We know how our people are. Deaf, dumb, and blind. Our people are sottish. Our people, they engulf themselves in ignorance. And it's like the more ignorant you act, that's, basically in the so-called black community, they hold you up as being some type of a hero, a leader. Okay, but it says if the righteous scarcely be saved, and we have to remember that it's going to get real ugly. It's going to get real nasty. And there's a reason why he said, except those days be shortened, no flesh be saved. But for the elect's sake, those days are shortened. All right, and we have to believe that because we're really moving into some very, very horrific times. I had this loaded up from USA Today. I just saw this recently. From USA Today, it says a man charged with opening fire on two men he claimed were Palestinians, reports say. Now, the man that opened fire on two individuals that he thought were Palestinians, this man just so happens to be a small hat. He happens to be a small hatter, a J-ish person. But from the USA Today, it says a man was arrested and charged with second-degree attempted murder after he shot at two men who he told detectives were two Palestinians in Miami Beach, Florida. According to reports, this man's name is Mardaki Brofman, 27, was arrested Sunday night after he got out of his car and shot at the victim 17 times, reported CBS News and local news outlet WSVN. So apparently, from what I'm getting from this, this guy, this small hatter, went and opened fire on two people who he thought were Palestinians. If I'm not mistaken, they turned out to be small hatters themselves. All right, so we're moving into a very, I mean, we think it's crazy now, but it's about to get crazier. It's about to get ramped up, and that's what you got to know and understand. Things are going to get crazier. It's going to get worse before it gets better, as that old saying goes. But then, after reading that article, the thought, the spirit, came to me that what we're going to see in the very near future is a lot of false flags blamed on the Israelites. All right. And I speak on this, from time to time, but I could see some future false flags on these small hats, and they're gonna blame it on the Israelites, right? And this also how Esau is gonna ramp up his censorship, and how he's gonna get the brothers from out there and from uploading videos and doing whatever, bring about the famine of the word. Um, because you have people like Candace Owens, and she pops up on my Twitter feed, my X feed, from time to time, and she's always talking about these small hats. And I just kind of sit back and I go, damn, they really letting her go. Because she brings out certain things that are, true. Um, and I just say, damn, man, you could see the play. And then you got Kanye out here. All he do is talk about the small hats. That's all he talk about. And I said to myself, you got two black individuals, two prominent black individuals, because there's a lot of people that follow Candace Owens. There's a lot, and of course Kanye. A lot of people follow Kanye. But what what I'm thinking to myself is they're about to move away from the white supremacist word I'm looking for. I guess you could say talking points, and they're about to move into the black extremist talking points. Because they love to call us black Hebrew Israelites. Even my ex-girlfriend, who was really she was a Judite, because her father was black, but her mother was Mexican. But she looked more like more Mexican than anything. Um, but she used to call me because I made the dumbass mistake of telling her I was an Israelite. So she used to say, "You black Hebrew Israelites." She used to talk shit. In a smart ass kind of way because she was a jokester. And I just, I always hated that, that black Hebrew Israelites. I'm like, no, the children of Israel, uh, we come in all different shades of brown. And, even you got certain Edomite looking Israelites. You got some people that are, that look white, but if you check their spirit, you say, no, that's a Jake. That's Israel. But, anyway, they're about to move into this black hate group scenario. They're about to move because they've been planting the seeds for quite some time now, right? And a lot of people hate us, can't stand us. And then, now spirits are at odds anyway, and I'm not going to drag this on, but it's been something that's just been on my spirit. This is something that's been on my spirit. And I could see the play coming. All right. Um, and I can also see them trying to hook the Israelites up with Islamic extremists. That's something else I could see. These are the plays that Esau is going to run with. Okay? Because there's going to be a famine of the word. There's going to come a time when you won't hear from the brothers no more. All right? I'll get this. I'll go with Psalms 94:20. It says, "Shall the throne of iniquity have fellowship with thee, which frameth mischief by a law." Okay? And this devil doesn't go to sleep. The scriptures say he don't go to sleep unless he's caused, some sort of mischief. Salakia, I forget the exact wording. I butchered it. Okay? But his devil doesn't go to sleep unless he's done some sort of evil, especially towards our people. Again, Psalms 94:20, "Shall the throne of iniquity have fellowship with thee, which frameth mischief by a law? They gather themselves together against the soul of the righteous and condemn the innocent blood." And that's what's getting ready to happen. They're getting ready to point the finger at the innocent, right? They shoot their arrows at the perfect. The men that are sighing and crying and truly believe in Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, that's who they really are targeting. That's who they're really looking to get after. And all of these little separate incidents, when the time come, when they feel it's appropriate, they're going to bring these up, these situations up, and say, oh, we have a track record of these Israelites doing this and this and this and this. So when these agents that have sold out and took the bag, when they do these little weird things that don't even make sense, like for example, the IUIC, Bishop Nathaniel having the IUIC go march for Kyrie Irving at the Barclays Center, pure stupidity. And anybody with the brain would know that's not what you do. That's not how you conduct yourself. Anything could have happened there, right? That could have been easily turned into a false flag event. And they could have easily pointed the finger at the Israelites. So you got to remember, sometimes we forget that the world looks at all of us the same. They don't see particular camps doing this in particular. They know, they see it all. You black Hebrew Israelites. That's what they see. That's how they look at it. Okay, and I'm dragging this out. I'm sorry, Salakia. Um, let me get this too. This is Amos 5:10. It says, "They hate him that rebuketh at the gate, and they abhor. Excuse me, tongue twister. They abhor him that speaketh uprightly." All right, so you got to remember, these people are against us. It says, "For as much therefore as your treading is upon the poor, and ye take from him burdens of wheat, ye have built houses of hewn stone, but ye shall not dwell in them. Ye have planted pleasant vineyards, but ye shall not drink wine of them. For I know your manifold transgressions and your mighty sins. They afflict the just. They take a bribe." Okay, and you got plenty of our so-called Israelite brethren, especially in the hierarchy, that have taken the bribe, and they turn aside the poor and the gate from their right. Therefore the prudent shall keep silence in that time. Again, therefore the prudent, the smart, the wise, right? Those that are using wisdom in that time shall keep in silence in that time, for it is an evil time. So in this time, right, you don't be out there rah 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 when you see them coming in like a flood, your enemy coming upon you and seizing upon us like, like a flood. That ain't the time to be out there rah 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 rah, because it's about to get really amped up. And I'm always bringing out how Trump is a main protector of these small hats. Okay, and it's cute and it's fun to laugh at Trump and this, that, and the third, but Trump means business. Now, I said it before, I'll say it again. The storm has arrived. Playtime is over. We're moving into a new phase of this. There was the sit back and wait, prophecy being fulfilled slowly but surely, and things are coming, and then things start picking up and speeding up. Now the storm has arrived. Playtime's over. Therefore the prudent shall keep silence in that time, for it is an evil time. Matter of fact, let me hurry up. I'm sorry. Let me hurry up and get this. Revelations 12:10. "And I heard a loud voice in heaven. Now is come salvation and strength and the kingdom of our power, Yahweh, and the power of his anointed, the Messiah. Yahushua, for the accuser of our brethren is cast down, which accused them before the Most High Power Yahweh day and night. Okay, and that's what we're looking for. We're looking for this for the 11th verse. It says, and they overcame him by the blood of the Lamb and by the word of their testimony, and they loved not their lives unto the death. And we have to understand what's going on here, what's getting ready to happen. This is very serious. Okay, the accuser of our brethren, he's really about to ramp this up. False flags everywhere. This is something that in my spirit I believe this is coming. False flags everywhere. The chip and the microchip and different things. Yeah, cyber attacks and all that. Yeah, we're gonna see all of that. But look for the Israelites to be blamed for certain things popping off. All right. 12 verse says, therefore rejoice ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them, excuse me. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. And bring that out week after week after week. Bring it out. Why? Why bring it out? Bring it out because it needs to be known that the time is short. The Lord said he would shorten those days for the elect's sake. There's a reason why we keep bringing this out. And it's not just me. Brothers bring this out all the time. Why? Because that's the time we're in. The time is short. Especially now, we don't have poopy pants Biden in the White House no more. Okay, we have the guy that is on the coin over in the land of Israel. The small hats made a coin for Trump. They called him Cyrus. They called him the Messiah. I'm not saying, I'm telling you that's what they called him. They did a numerology thing on him and said he's the Messiah. He's going to save the land of Israel. They called him Cyrus. He's going to build the third temple and all that. And some of those small hats actually believe that stuff. And I know this because I followed the nigga. I watched his every move, since he announced he was running for president. And if that was in the spirit, the Lord had me do that. Right? It wasn't about him. It was a spirit like, look, watch this guy. Watch him closely. Now, he's indebted to them, and he has to do what they tell him to do. Guess who these small hats, yeah, they hate the Palestinians, they hate the Iranians, and okay, that's fine. But guess who they really hate? The brothers that are sighing and crying. The brothers that are announcing to the world and telling the devil to his face that he's a goddamn liar and that the real children of Israel are the so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, and that the white man stole this land, stole the land of Israel, right? Who you think they hate more? They hate us. So who you think they're going to accuse? We are what they would call the prophets of doom. One of them, I believe it was Trump, that said that, you got these prophets of doom out here. I believe that was Trump, if I'm not mistaken. All right. So they're looking to accuse us and persecute us. This is their last hurrah, their last ditch effort. Watch and pray always. Now, I'm about to get into the news coverage. This is Order Out of Chaos, part 4 of this series. Order Out of Chaos, because that is big amongst the New World Order, globalists. That's a part of their agenda, and that's a big factor. Order out of chaos. They love to create chaos and then use that chaos as a way to bring order. And I myself am very familiar with that because my dumb ass, when I was a I was a teenager, um, joined the military, and we had that thing called 911, September 2001. You know what happened with the towers and the Pentagon, and they blamed it on a certain group of people. And we found out that that was a bunch of bullshit, and there were people in the military that were pissed off. And I just so happened to be in my last year privy, and this is through the Spirit, because it was the Spirit of the Lord. The Lord guides you and puts you in certain situations. It's nothing of my own doing, because I was just a stupid nigga. I'll be honest with you. I was somewhat patriotic at the time. But it just so happens in my last year, I had very high ranking. Fuck it, I'll say it. My chief master sergeant, and he was very high up there. E9 is the highest rank you can make in the enlisted on the enlisted side of the military. E9, but he wasn't just an E9, he was a high ranking E9 because he had time in service over the rest of the E9s. So he was a chief master sergeant, but he was like over 25 years. He could have been more than 25 years, and his wife was too. But he basically, in other words, he had the rank where uh he could tell officers in the military to kiss his ass. He had that kiss my ass rank. Okay. Because it would take an act from Congress. A lot of people don't know that. Once you reach a certain level, even on the enlisted side, it takes like an act from Congress, unless they've changed it, to demote him or promote, or take him down a notch, or even kick him out. So, anyways, the subject of the Iraq War came up because the Iraq War was hot during that time, and we had airmen and soldiers because we were working with the army. It was like a joint, um, what do you call it? I forget what they call it. A joint mission. Um, Air Force Security Forces, which is what I was in, and then you had Army personnel. We kind of merged together because the threat con kept going up, and you know he kind of like asked me on a post stop. He came around. He was a real cool dude too, real cool Edomite. He used to smoke cigarettes all the damn time. That's all he did was smoke cigarettes and basically tell people to kiss his ass because he could. But he came around on the post stop. The chief come out. We all at attention and asked us questions about what we thought about the Iraq War. And my dumb ass, being ignorant as hell, I said, well, look, we got to do what we got to do. They attacked us. We got to go out there and get them back. And he stopped me. And he said, no, that's not what's going on. And I'm not going to say what he said. But he let me know the war was bullshit and that we had been deceived and we had been lied to. And it just so happens, this shows you that the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua deserves all the praises. It just so happens that the dude that I was posted with, he was a cool white boy from Virginia. He was from Virginia. And, you know, me, I'm from the DMV, you know. So me and him kind of got along. When the chief master sergeants kind of broke down that the war was bullshit and they was really over there over false pretenses, the white boy from Virginia, he kind of like pulled me to the side and said, "Hey, look, let's talk about this shit." I was like, "Okay, you know, what's up? What's good?" We talked. He showed me some videos about what really was going on, and, right? I'll show you where I'm going in a minute. So I'm like, oh, okay. You know, then I found out the truth about what was really going on and why we were really over there. And not gonna say so much, but you know, y'all know the truth now. And I was shocked. I was like kind of mind blown. And then a couple of other white boys, I kind of got like in the club. There was like a little, you know, truther club, if you will, in the military, that I didn't know about. So I'm like the only black dude in the club. And so they started going deep into the Illuminati and the 13 bloodline families and all this stuff. And I'm like, oh shit. So I'm learning, right? I'm learning. I'm coming out of this ignorant stage. So anyway, I got familiar with the terms false flag, right? Never heard of it. They're saying false flag, right? And I had never heard of it before. So then I grew, you know, angry and kind of, you know, I was disenchanted with the whole military thing, and I already wanted to get out anyway. But I was like, oh, there's no way in hell, you know, you're not gonna be sending me over there to no war to fight a war unjustly. So then I got to find out who was really running shit, what was really going on, and there started my journey. So this is from End Times headlines. Watch this. Netanyahu vows to finish the job against Iran with support from Trump. Now, during the Iraq War, it was Operation Iraqi Freedom. And I was caught up in that. Went to Kuwait. You know, people got shot at. Marines got killed. Some of our people got shot at the damn shooting range. There's a lot of crazy shit. Air Force personnel got shot at the shooting range. It was crazy shit going on. But anyway, a lot more I could say. But anyway, Netanyahu vows to finish the job against Iran with support from Trump. And this is very reminiscent to the George W. Bush era. Has a the it's like deja vu. It's a word I'm looking for. But I can only think of reminiscent. Um, but except this time it's with Iran. And they use that situation on October the 7th. Um, what was it? 2023, I believe. October 7th. And you know, where they claim Hamas attacked them and this, that, and the third. This is very, very reminiscent. Now, the Lord has put these people in place to do what they're doing. Because Trump and these small hatters, they believe they're going to handle Iran and Russia and China the same way they handled Iraq and Afghanistan. This is where that scripture that says, the Lord says he will choose their delusions. This is where that comes into play. Because militarily, they don't got it like that. They don't have it the way they used to have it. But Trump is a proud devil. And Netanyahu is a proud devil. You hear me? This Edomite is full of pride. These Edomite leaders that I'm speaking of, they're full of pride, and they believe that they have something they don't have. During the Biden administration, it was admitted through the military, U.S. military website, I believe it's military.news, that they don't really have the defenses like that for Russia's hypersonic missile. And they don't. But what's beautiful is because the Lord has, chose their delusions, they're still moving and operating like it's the early 2000s. Like they're dealing with Saddam Hussein and Osama bin Laden. Like they're still moving like that. But they're dealing with a more sophisticated military opponent. And I do want to say this. While the U.S. was worried about, T-gender rights, you know what T-gender means, right? Whether a man can go into a woman's bathroom and all that, putting money into those places. Russia, China, Iran, they were building up them, and North Korea and all these different, enemies, even Turkey. They were building up their military might and their alliances. And people keep talking about the Biden administration the last 4 years, but no, it goes back further than that. What people don't understand and don't realize is that really the U.S. military started taking L's during the Obama administration, because it was Obama that started that mess with the gender rights and all of that. It was Obama, and taking less from the military, and putting more into these different, weirdo organizations. So while that was happening, Russia was building up, China was building up, North Korea was building up, Iran. They don't even know what Iran has. They'll lie and say, oh, well, we know that they're capable of these, this weaponry, this is their capability. They don't really know. So anyway, I know I'm being kind of long-winded and drawn out here, but I'm just kind of trying to paint the picture to get you to understand. Netanyahu vows to finish the job against Iran with support from Trump, because Trump has to do the bidding of the small hats because he's indebted. He's indebted to the small hats, and I'm trying to bring your attention to this. The news is bullshit. They're lying to you. All this Russia stuff, no. He's indebted to the small hats, the J-ish people, the Israelis. It says here from End Times headlines, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has pledged to finish the job against Iran, emphasizing strong support from U.S. President Donald Trump. All right? This declaration came during a meeting in Jerusalem with U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio, who's another one of those people that went over to Israel, the land of Israel, with the small hat on, and was at the Wailing Wall. Okay? It says, marking Rubio's inaugural visit to the region since assuming office. Both leaders underscored their commitment to countering Iran's nuclear ambitions and regional influence. But see, Gog has become a guard unto these other nations. They're looking to Russia to be the leader in this attack on mainly America, Babylon the Great, this whore, right? But anyway, let me get here. Netanyahu highlighted the unified stance of Israel and the United States. See, the least of the flock shall draw them out. Netanyahu highlighted the unified stance of Israel and the United States in preventing Iran from obtaining nuclear weapons and curbing its aggression. First of all, the United States can't curb shit. They don't really know what Iran has. Because during no, I'll say it. I'll say it. During those 8 years of the Obama administration, the U.S. lost the word I'm looking for, traction, or they kind of, the military took a step back, especially as far as tracking. See, everybody else, their enemies, North Korea, Iran, Russia, China, they were stepping up. And there's something else I really want to say. I cannot say it out loud, though. And I worked for the Chinese embassy for 9 years. The U.S. lost, uh, damn, the word I'm looking for. They lost it. they lost ground during that Obama administration. Everybody keep focusing in on what's this guy, Biden. No, they've been losing. You just didn't notice it because you had a black president in office and he spoke so eloquently, and but they weren't putting into the military like that. Meanwhile, Russia, because they're going to be a guard unto these nations, right? They were building. Sorry, Salakia, y'all. You're probably saying, brother, where the scriptures at? I'm trying to paint this picture. See, the Lord has chose the delusion of Babylon the Great. They still think that they're dealing with Osama and Saddam Hussein, or what's this guy over in Libya, Gaddafi, right? They think they're gonna handle Russia, Iran, China the same way they dealt with Saddam, Gaddafi, and Bin Laden. They're delusional. The Lord has a sense of humor, man. And you got this proud devil, Trump, in there. Old school cracker, old school Edomite, and my nigga. He might be a cracker, but he's still my nigga. I'm still claiming him. He's still my nigga. Training day all day long. Still my nigga. You have him in there trying to bring back that old proud Edomite spirit of America is the greatest and nobody can stop us. Like they used to sing that song when I was in the Air Force. We go down and how does it say? We oh, we live in fame or go down in flames. Hey, nothing can stop the U.S. Air Force. That was the end of the song. We live in fame or we go down in flames. Nothing can stop the U.S. Air Force and its air power. That's what they believe in, air power. They believe that since they conquered the air, since the Vietnam War, they put more into the air power and being able to drop, you know, these missiles, these word I'm looking for, excuse me, Salakia. Um the the missiles that they have are so precise that nobody could ever challenge them. But Putin, Russia has something, these hypersonic missiles that could hit the East Coast, and I would say 45 minutes. They say maybe anywhere between uh half an hour, 30 minutes to 45 minutes. They don't have the defenses for that. The delusion that the Lord gave Trump and the U.S. military is that they're still numero uno. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. There's a reason why you have military personnel inside of the United States that are in panic mode at Trump's decision making. It's because they know they don't got it like that. But what's so beautiful about this, even more beautiful than that, is that you got a ignorant cracker nigger, Trump, as the commander in chief, who don't give a shit and ain't trying to hear it. They put the right person in place at the right time. Okay, it says here, in the aftermath of the recent Gaza conflict, Netanyahu credited Israeli actions bolstered. Now, Trump loves to hear about how great the U.S. is, right? This is what Netanyahu is doing to Trump. Netanyahu credited Israeli actions bolstered by U.S. support. He's telling Trump, look, see, you guys are so great. You're doing such a great job. Bolstered by U.S. support with delivering significant setbacks to Iran. He announced the deployment of a negotiating team to Cairo to advance the initial phase of the ceasefire established on January the 19th. This move aims to address critical issues such as the release of hostages, and the release of hostages is a cover story. We all know what they really want. They really want to obliterate Iran, and they want to take over that entire Middle East and everything else with it. This is a land grab. Surely the least of the flock shall draw them out. So they are drawing Israelis, the Israeli state is drawing Babylon, America, into this third world war. So we know that the mark of the beast has to be around the corner. And I tell you what, and speaking of Russia, let me go ahead. Let me go ahead and get this in Jeremiah 50. You know I'm going to get Jeremiah before it's over. Jeremiah 50:9, it says, "For lo, I will raise and cause to come up against Babylon an assembly of great nations from the north country, and, and they shall set themselves in array against her." Right? This great whore, Babylon the Great. "From thence she shall be taken. Their arrows, their arrows shall be as of a mighty expert man. None shall return in vain." And being in the military, being a former military police officer and air ground based defense, uh, you see an expert man when they shoot. We used to call it what was it? Two to the body, one to the head, guaranteed to leave them dead. That's what we used to say. Matter of fact, my sergeant, the leader of my squadron, he was such a good shot. He was a big cornbread fed motherfucker. Excuse me, dude. He was a he would literally, we'd be at the shooting range and they would say you got 1 minute to let your rounds off. Or you got, no, sometimes it'd be like 30 seconds or some shit, right? And he would be spitting tobacco, right? He used to chew tobacco. He would spit tobacco. They say you got 30 seconds, right? You draw your gun out, boom, 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 boom. He would take his sweet ass time. Pop, 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 and hit every single target right on spot. Because he had been shooting since he was a kid. And I think every time I read this scripture here, I think about him, right? Because that's how those missiles are going to hit. Because the Spirit of the Lord is going to be inside of those missiles, right? It says, again, I want to read this part. It says, "From thence she shall be taken. Their arrows shall be as of a mighty expert man. None shall return in vain." Meaning those missiles are going to hit. And I was going into Russia's hypersonic missiles and how the U.S. they keep trying to downplay. You have to remember the American media is full of shit. They don't want to tell you the dire situation that the United States is really in. I know, and I could say something else, but I won't say it. Right? I won't say it. But I'll say this. Uh, when Putin tell you he could hit this bitch in 30 to 45 minutes, he's not lying. I'll tell you that much. Take of that what you want it to take. Some people might go, that cap, fuck you. I'm telling you, from from the military news online to inside the military within. Read between the lines, both sides. I'm telling you. There's a reason why they had New York taking what they called nuclear uh what was it called? Nuclear precautions or how to react in case of a nuclear attack. This was a couple of years ago. They had commercials in New York. They had them in Colorado too. They had something called nuclear bug out bags. What to do in case of a nuclear attack. Think it's a game. It's not. All right? It's not a game. Not at all. I'll get this in Zephaniah 1:14. It says, "The great day of the Lord is near. It is near, and hasteneth greatly. Even the voice of the Lord, the mighty man shall cry bitterly. That day is a day of wrath, a day of trouble and distress, a day of wasteness and desolation, a day of darkness, gloominess, and a day of clouds and thick darkness, a day of the trumpet and alarm against the fenced cities and against them, against the high towers, right? Because there's no towers in America. Their defenses are shit. You just don't know it. There is this idea, and you're living off an idea. I want to say this. I'm keep stressing this. You're living um off of an idea that America is still the great military uh force that it once was. It's not. Right? Have they become as weak as we? Yeah, they have become as weak as these other nations that I'm naming. It's not what it used to be. Now don't get it effed up. Don't get it twisted. America's nothing to play with, military wise. Don't get it, don't get it, twisted at all. What I'm saying, what I'm saying is there's a difference. I'm trying to explain this. Okay, let me do it like this. There's a difference between going to war with China, Russia, Iran, than it is going to war with Iraq, Afghanistan. See, the U.S., the way the the way the U.S. does things, their media and their propaganda, the way they do things, oh, we could just take out anybody. Half of it is hype. You ain't dealing with China and Russia and Iran in league together. Because first of all, Trump is already, well, they said the beast shall hate the whore. He's already pissed off NATO. Their allies, he's severing ties with their allies, even Canada. Okay, so things are going to look really different very soon. See, this is what I'm looking at. Matter of fact, we used to have joint missions with Canadians. I remember that in Kyrgyzstan. Shit is different now. But the average American citizen doesn't realize this. And I'm sorry, I know, damn it, I took too long going into this. I knew I would do that, Salakia. Um, the day, where was I at? It says, that day is a day of wrath, a day of trouble and distress, a day of wasteness and desolation, a day of darkness and gloominess, a day of clouds and thick darkness, a day of the trumpet, right? And alarm against the fenced cities and against the high towers. And I will bring distress upon men, that they shall walk like blind men, because they have sinned against the Lord. Our people are going down to Egypt for help. Wrong time, buddy. Wrong time. Edomites used to say that. Back in Idaho. Wrong time, buddy. Wrong time. And it says, and their blood shall be poured out as dust, and their flesh as the dung. Neither their silver nor their gold shall be able to deliver them. Your generational wealth ain't gonna do shit for you, man. When the missiles are shot. Uh, It says, neither their silver nor their gold shall be able to deliver them in the day of the Lord's wrath, but the whole land shall be devoured by the fire of his jealousy, because he's a jealous power. He's a jealous God. For he shall make even a speedy riddance of all them that dwell in the land. All right. And I had some more that I wanted to bring out, but I need to move. Sorry about that, Salakia. I got kind of cut off. But let me get into this right quick. This is from Twitter X. It's from an account called Ro Kahana. Ro Kahana says, I'm hearing of hardworking Americans who voted for Trump and now are being fired from their jobs with parks services, with Veterans Affairs, with USAID, with NIH, etc. If you're a Trump voter who is being fired or has a family member being fired, please share your story. So now there's this thing called Trump regret. And you have certain Trump supporters who are getting a little bit riled up, upset, because they feel like Trump betrayed them in certain aspects, certain areas. This one person from X writes, and it's called Based American. He writes, let me come out and say I fully regret my decision to vote for Trump. I was duped. Israel has Trump by the balls. He says Israel, meaning the Israeli state, the J-ish people, the small hats, has Trump by the balls. And this person is obviously seeing that Trump was supposed to make America great again, but no, it's about making the state of Israel great again. The small hatters, right? It says Israel has Trump by the balls. We didn't vote for this person says. What he's doing to Gaza and the destruction of their people on behalf of Israel is unacceptable. I just wanted to get that right quick to show that there is some traction, and I kind of knew this was going to happen, because this is his last term. He's not going to run for president again. So all of the uh, whatever agenda that the small hats have him doing, he's going to go full throttle at this point. Now, this one also came from X. This was from WAM, World Alternative Media. It says, Elon making babies does not concern me because people are talking about his children. But he says, Elon putting chips in your head attached to a Pentagon-funded mesh network. Pentagon-funded, these chips. Pentagon-funded mesh network while registering X as a bank, right? Because we know that what does it say? Revelations 13, free and bond, rich and poor, right? You not be able to buy or sell, right? Save he that has the mark, right? You're going to have the mark, the mark of the beast in order to buy or sell. And what it looks like is that Elon is bringing about what is called, or he's headlining, or what's the word I'm looking for? He's spearheading the universal basic income and meshing um, what is eventually going to be the chip with X and the banking system, the new digital banking system that they're getting ready to roll in, because they're going to collapse this economy. That's obvious. That's what they're getting ready to do. I heard Trump is supposed to be going into Fort Knox and seeing, how much gold they really have. I'm gonna tell you my personal opinion. I believe that with all of this exposing of the corruption and where's the money really going and exposing the what do they call it, the aid or whatever, U.S. aid. I believe they're really doing that so they can have an excuse to just completely tank and collapse this system so they can bring in a new system, which would be the digital system, and eventually bring in that chip. That's a personal opinion. It's prophecy, and I just believe that this is the guy within the next 4 years. I don't know when he's going to do it, but I do believe at some point, if there was ever somebody that would do it and be bold enough to do it would be Trump. I do believe that's the guy. Uh, but Elon is going to be the one spearheading it because you have two puppets. Both of them are puppets. Both Trump and Elon are puppets of the New World Order. You hear this bullshit talking about, oh, Elon is the richest man in the world. That's bullshit. Not even close. Not even close. He's not touching the Rockefellers and the Rothschilds, the Bowers. He's not touching them. Now he could be one of their descendants. I don't know. I'm pretty sure Trump has to be somewhere in that bloodline. But anyway, going back to what was said here, Elon pushing chips in your head, right? Attached to a Pentagon funded, so this is military, right? The microchip is going to be rolled out by the military, I believe, to a Pentagon funded mesh network while registering X as a bank utilizing the algorithm to bring in social credit and pushing guaranteed basic income, carbon taxes, because that's going to lead into it, your carbon taxes, your social credit score, and self-driving cars that bring you to a gulag do indeed concern me. And again, you have Edomites that are on top of this and can see where this is leading to. They can see where this is heading to. And someone replied, Elon saying that our new God, right, our new power will come from artificial intelligence concerns me. Because they're saying this. The new God is going to be artificial intelligence. That has been the goal of Esau this whole time, to replace the Most High power with this artificial power. It says it's crazy how people are so offended by Paula White and Elon having a baby, having a baby, which is sinful, but missing the big pictures. Elon is telling us that he's going to create the image of the beast that humanity will worship. The image of the beast is the New World Order, but uh, you know how Esau is. They're looking for this one guy, this one antichrist, and there's several antichrists. This country um, is an antichrist. It thrives off of an antichrist system. Um, but the image of the beast is the New World Order itself. Um, so anyway, you can see that there's going to be an uprising. I brought that up to show you there's going to be an uprising. Kingdom against kingdom, nation against nation. These people against people. These are people against people. They don't regard their kings or their princes anymore. These Edomites see that their kingdom is falling. All right. They can see, they can feel it. Let me get Job 20:5. It says that the triumphing of the wicked is short and the joy of the hypocrite for a moment. And this is what these Edomites are really bitching about. Okay, the earth was given into the hands of the wicked, but the scripture, the same book, Job, because 9:24 says the earth was given into the hands of the wicked. But Job 20:5 says that the triumphing of the wicked is short, right? They have a short time to rule, right? That's why the devil was coming down with great wrath, because he knows that his time is short. You see how it all ties in? The earth was given into the hands of the wicked, right? But the triumphing of the wicked is short. And then Revelations tell you that the devil is coming down with great wrath because he knows that he has but a short time, right? The triumphing of the wicked is short, and the joy of the hypocrite but for a moment. Though his excellency mount up to the heavens, and his head reach unto the clouds, yet ye shall perish forever like his own dung. They they which have seen him shall say, where is he? Right? Because, and you look at this devil when he come down, we can be looking at this devil like, what the fuck? We fell down to you, you piece of shit. You are nobody. You're no people. Right? Says he shall fly away as a dream and shall not be found. It's going to seem like a bad dream. Like we almost can't even believe we fell underneath this devil. He shall fly away as a dream and shall not be found. Yea, he shall be chased away as a vision of the night. And it's going to come a time, man, when we're going to have these devils in slavery. And I know that's hard to believe, especially for you niggas. But Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of that which followeth. And that which followeth is going to be the kingdom. All right? So as we see things imploding, right? And I have people at work that are crying for America. Oh, I wish Trump would do better. I want Trump to do better. Oh, can we make it another 4 years? I actually have to deal with this shit at work. Y'all don't know, man. I come and I just, man, oh my goodness. I'm surrounded by niggers. Even the white people I work with are niggers. Because they truly wholeheartedly believe in this system. I'm telling you, man, it's bad. It's real bad. Y'all don't know what the excruciating pain that I go through every day, Monday through Friday. I just be like, oh my goodness. I gotta hear this shit. But as this kingdom go down, we should be rejoicing. Let these crackers cry. That should be a new saying. Let these crackers cry. Let these devils cry, man. You should not, I'm gonna say, motherfucker, you should not be anybody, and I mean anybody. Give a damn who, what you claiming. No Israelite, nobody that knows that they're an Israelite should be crying at the destruction of Babylon the Great, America. No way in hell should you be crying because Babylon is falling. These devils are getting screwed over. Well, good. These white people are getting screwed over. Well, good. These Edomites are getting screwed over. Good. They're your enemy. You never trust your enemy. Since we're in the book of Job, let's go to Job 5:22. It says, "At destruction and famine, thou shalt laugh." We should be laughing. This should be, every time I hear something bad is happening to these Edomites, I'm happy. Trump screw them over. Good. They thought the DEI thing was going to just hurt Jake, and it turns out that it hurts a lot of these white women. Well, good. Fuck them. Good. Good for them. Now they're mad, up in arms, wanting to protest. Well, good. We should be laughing. This should be the only thing we really should be rejoicing at. The downfall of our enemies. Job 5:22, at destruction and famine, thou shalt laugh, neither shalt thou be afraid of the beasts of the earth. Because the Lord got our back. We have to believe that. 23rd verse says, "For thou shalt be in league with the stones of the field, and the beasts of the field shall be at peace with thee. And thou shalt know that thy tabernacle shall be in peace, and thou shalt visit thy habitation, and shall not sin." All right? So we're going to laugh at the destruction of Babylon. That's the spirit to be in, hastening the day of the Lord. And I'm going to end it off with this. This is Luke 12:49, one of my favorite scriptures of all time. "I am come to send fire on the earth, and what will I if it be already kindled?" Yahweh Shah wants to bring destruction to this place. You shouldn't be weeping and crying because this place is going down. Don't be letting these crackers get you in that spirit of sympathizing with them. Fuck them. They had no sympathy for you when you were down. Trust me. If they were still up and you were still down, they would not cry for you. The only reason why they're crying now is because they found out that the J-ish people, the small hatters, are taking a bigger piece of the pie than what they can get or what they can receive. Okay, I am come to send fire on the earth, and what will I if it be already kindled? But I have a baptism to be baptized with, and how am I straitened till it be accomplished? Suppose ye that I come to give peace on earth? I tell you, nay, but rather division. And not only are we going to have division amongst the Israelites and the Edomites and these other nations, but even amongst our own people, because 2/3 of our people have to get cut off. 2/3 of our people are going to join in league and have joined in league with Esau, with Babylon. And you know what you're going to have to do? You're going to have to let them go. Like that song Frozen, that song in the movie Frozen, let it go, let it go. You're going to have to let it go. That's their own condemnation. They chose to go down to Egypt for help. That's on them. What we believe in is a sure word of prophecy. We believe that the Lord is going to rescue us out of the time of Jacob's trouble that's coming. And with that being said, I'm going to say shalom.